Wow. Hi, friends. Hello, family. Hello, my dear friends. I love you so much. I know it has been a while. I've not uploaded anything for you. Forgive me for that. I apologize for keeping you waiting and not having said anything to you. It has been quite a busy month for me sometimes, and I've been having so many things happening, but all works for good for those who fear the Lord. So I want to believe that you people are well, you people are good, you are protected of the Lord, you are enjoying life. Those who are in summer, you are enjoying summer. Those who are in Kenya, I know it is the cold season, July, we call it Kadhano. It is Kadhano time, and I know you'll make it. I believe you'll make it. Those who are still in Kenya, I know it's politics time and the temperatures are quite heated. We are praying for you. We believe that the days will be over, and we shall have a leader on the throne, because come 9th of August, we are going to elect the person, and the person whom we shall elect shall take over. We pray for peace, and we wish you peace, and we trust God that it will be a peaceful election, and things will be fine. Welcome back. Here I am. My name is Eunice Jero, ready to talk. I've not stopped. Things can happen, but nothing can take away my interest in you and in talking to you and in helping a person. That is just my nature. I love it when I know that somebody somewhere might be helped by the stuff I upload, or even whatever I say might end up helping somebody. So, welcome back. Let's start talking. I'm back. I'm settled. I'm well. I'm healed. I'm okay. I can talk. Yeah, I'm not bad. I've been busy, but all is well. Now today I want to talk about the effect of abuse. My interest so much on abuse is because I come across so many people, and whenever we are talking, you hear that the person stories of people are stories of people who have been abused or servant abuse or grown in abusive society. Things happen to people in life, and we do not know how those things which happen can be traumatizing to us as we grow. And that is what makes me feel like I need to talk against abuse in whatever form. May it be child abuse, may it be abusive in the domestic family, the domestic violence, whatever abuse, may it be sexual abuse, may it be physical assault. Anything which is called abuse is not right, and that is what makes me talk with a lot of passion that we need war people, and war society cannot be there when some people are abusive, and unless you grow holistically, you also can end up being abused. And so today I want to talk about effects of staying in an abusive relationship. So basically, let me talk to those people who are in a relationship or dating or couples, and one of you is tolerating the other, and you turn out to be the tolerating one is being abused. She or he is being abused by the spouse, and they tolerate them. They tolerate them. One thing which happens is that there's damage which happens to a person when a person gets abused. Point number one is whenever you are abused for the very first time, your self-esteem goes quite low. So you lose your power, you lose your space, you lose yourself. So the very first time abuse occurs to an individual, it is the onset of losing the self. So once even if somebody verbally abuses you, they are on the road to making you lose yourself. Self-identity, one thing you should know when you identify yourself, one thing to know that you identify yourself is to know who you are and be convinced that you can fight for you. You can fight for you. You can stand for you. And abusers want to take that you strength from you. So whenever a person abuses you, even if it is very minor, you feel like it is a normal thing, and we have normalized this, they are taking the you out of you. And once the you is gone, that self, the esteem goes low, and you can never fight for yourself anymore. So you tend to submit to future instances of abuse. That is why it is very important that whenever you find that a person has become abusive for the very first time, do not give them a second chance. I know this one sounds crazy, because most people think that the abuser will change. Abusers don't change, because it is a choice they have made. If I would get some characters and some people who would be willing to come and talk to you who have stayed in abusive marriages for more than 20 years, and the abuse continues, and they continue forgiving and thinking the person will change, and 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, they have not changed. Believe you me, an abuser doesn't change. And you, as a person being abused, forgiving them and thinking that I should not take action because the person will change, you want to play God, and you can never be God. Only God can change people. And people who change are those who are willing to change. God has given us the choice. If a person has chosen to be abusive, unless they assess themselves and say, this kind of life, I do not want it, God help me, they cannot change. But if they go to God and they tell God, God help me, God can change them. Because that which God cannot do does not exist. But it has to come from them, not from you. I have seen many people trying to go to advise those who are undergoing abuse to keep praying. No, prayer is good, yes, but they are praying for what? For another instance of abuse to occur, and it will still occur. Best thing is to let them look at themselves and ask themselves, is this what I need for myself? Is this what I need for myself? If that is not what you need for yourself, you don't have to take it. You don't have to eat it. It's not oxygen. You don't have to take it. Take what you want for yourself, what you feel is best for yourself. Because they are effect of what you choose. If you choose to stay in an abusive relationship, you lose yourself and you lose your kids too. Because children know when things are not working. They are human beings with brains. They may look little, they may look as if they don't know what they are doing, but children know when things are not working. They can tell when their father is not himself. And when kids grow in an abusive relationship, those kids grow in abusive houses, end up being abusive themselves, because that's all what they know. They have never experienced love, so how can they express love? They have never experienced peace, how can they express the same peace? So the cycle of abuse goes on. When those kids grow up, they become abusers too. And the cycle continues. And those who don't become abusers, they become submissive to abuse. Because they don't know how to fight. They were not taught to be assertive. They were taught to fear, and fear inhibits behavior. Fear makes the person not to be themselves. So when these kids grow in this abusive home, they start fearing their parents instead of being friends with them and trusting them. They start fearing their caregivers, those who are older than them, those they trust to protect them, because they don't protect them. Instead, they prove to be abusers, and so the kids fear and then grow up in that kind of fear, such that even when another person will come to abuse them, they'll just submit because they think that is the way it should be. Life should not be like that. We should not be living a kind of fear. We should not be living a kind of, you don't know how to be assertive. We should live a life where you stand for yourself. And when you stand for yourself, even in your home, your kids learn that, yes, we can speak. We can speak out our minds and not be condemned and not be punished and not be assaulted. So one point we need to know is that abuse in the family creates environment of bringing up children who do not have the assertiveness, the principles, and who do not know how to handle relationships, even themselves. And we can break that as parents by being lovely, by not being abusive to one another. Even if you're not a parent, biological parent to a child, and a child is in your hands, you can make that child feel comfortable and grow up knowing that they don't have to be abused. It is us parents and caregivers who can do that. And that's how we shall break the cycle of abuses. And remember, when something occurs to a person for quite some time, it becomes part of their life, it can lead to a disorder. Disorders are not born with people. No. They are not genetical. It's something the environment puts in the mind, and then the mind just gets accustomed to that, and there is nothing else that mind can do. So we need to accustom our children and our people to not being abused. They need not to have behavior disorder. They need to behave themselves and trust others as well, so that they become holistic, healthy people. Healthy in behavior, that they can behave well. Healthy in their mind, that they think soberly, and stop this selfishness behavior of I, and be accommodative of others. Where the behavior of I comes from is from a defensive point of view. When a person wants to defend themselves, they only think about themselves. We don't want a society of where people think about themselves, and we are a community. We are a people living on earth together. So we want our citizens, other people, to be accommodative. And that can start only at home, when you teach those near you. Spouses, when you accommodate one another, your children will copy exactly that. You don't have to fight. You don't have to show all this animosity to each other in front of the kids. And you don't have to show the kids you are better than the other. They still know that you're trying to. When they are young, they may buy your story, but once they grow up, they will know that you're trying to buy them to yourself, and what you said was not true. So they'll turn against you. plant a seed that you can harvest in the future, a sweet fruit, not a bitter fruit. The seed you plant today, 20 years to come, will it be a sweet fruit or a bitter fruit? So whenever you're living, you should ask yourself those questions. What kind of seeds are you planting in the lives of those who you live with, those who are near you, those who call you themselves that you are one family? Challenges to you. Let us try to be lovely to one another. Just wanted to share that, my friends. I love you. I've missed you for long. I'll still come to your walls again. I'll come to your rooms. I'll come to your offices. I'll come to your house again with this talk. We need to talk. We need to stop abuse. We need to know how to go about it. Till next time, I say bye-bye and God bless you.